Rivals Radio.
What's good, Rivals Nation? You're tuned in to Rivals Radio on the Rivals Broadcast Network. I'm Wally, back with Dee, recapping the Week 3 action and looking ahead to Week 4.
Yo, Wally, Week 3 was a wild one. Let's dive into the recap.
Absolutely. We're going to do that deep dive today, unpack everything from the league front office, look at Week 3, peek ahead at Week 4. You know, after a week like that, the big query really is, are these upsets, these blowouts, just Week 3 noise? Or are we seeing, like, a real power shift happening?
That's spot on. It feels really relevant after, well, everything we saw. Week 3 was, wild is the word. So our mission here is to cut through that noise, highlight the stories, the standouts, but really dig into what it means for the league going forward.
Okay, let's get into it. Week 3 had some moments, huh? Upsets, pure domination, games that went right down to the wire. And I think we got to start with maybe the biggest shocker. Maryland beating number 5, Penn State, 20-10. Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't just the score. It was how they did it. It wasn't a fluke, You saw Murdoch at QB. He looked like he's got real multi-year potential. His poise, his reads against that Penn State blitz, impressive. And the defense, Bacigalupi called a great game. They disguised coverages, forced Penn State into short stuff, took away the deep ball. It kind of exposed Penn State a bit, didn't it? Showed how a disciplined defense can really trouble them. How fast can they adjust? That's a question now.
That's a really sharp point about Penn State. Then you flip the coin and you get just sheer force. Number 12, Oregon beating Oregon State 82-0. It was 56-zip at the half.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, Oregon might just be hitting an incredible stride, but still, 82-0.
Well, yeah, Oregon looked great, but for Oregon State, a score like that, it means you got to go back to basics. Like fundamentally, we saw breakdowns in tackling, line play on both sides. Just seemed like a lack of discipline maybe. When you give up 56.5, it's more than just a few bad plays. You got to rethink schemes, development, everything.
Yeah.
Painful, but maybe a wake-up call.
Could be. Definitely a statement. And speaking of statements, maybe a tighter one. Number 1, Clemson scraping by Florida State 20-17. Oscar Lewis was calling it a real seesaw battle. They held on, stayed unbeaten, but it was close.
It really was, and that showed Clemson's grit. Florida State pushed them hard, especially Neo Judkins, but Clemson's defense, they bent, but didn't break in the red zone. Made those critical stops late. Offense wasn't always pretty, but they converted key third downs, managed the clock. Winning ugly like that, that's a championship trait. Shows composure.
Good point. Meanwhile, number 2, Ohio State just rolled 79-0 over FCS West, and Ramon Grant III, wow, just torched them.
Yeah.
Over 200 yards rushing and passing.
Yeah.
A showcase.
Total spectacle. And the thing about Grant, it's not just the yards, it's how he gets them. That dual threat ability, it forces defenses to stay honest, opens things up for everyone else. He extends plays, buys time, turns potential sacks into big gains. That's next level stuff. Multi-year potential written all over him. Scouts gotta be loving that.
Definitely. And then number 7, Georgia, with that just loaded draft-ready squad. They beat number 20. LSU 41-14. Skip Lloyd called it a slugfest.
Yeah, and Georgia's dominance there, it wasn't just talent, it was their O-line winning in the trenches, creating holes, giving time, and that defensive front 7, stacked. Multiple guys likely going early in the pro draft.
Right.
They just suffocated LSU's run game, got pressure without even needing crazy blitzes. They just wear teams down physically. That strength, that depth, it's their signature. Really tough to handle.
Yeah, physically imposing. Okay, so beyond those big games, there were other key results too. Kansas got their first win, 24-20 over Hawaii. Sounded like a real defensive clinic led by Marquand Anderson.
Definitely.
Notre Dame kind of ground down Louisville late, 17-0 score. Looks maybe a bit wider than the game felt.
Could be.
In Missouri, Mallett and that offense, after maybe a slow start to the year, they really clicked against South Carolina 44-10.
Yeah, each of those tells a story, right? Kansas, that win was about tackling, discipline, Emery, block, Olaseni. Those linebackers were everywhere. Fundamentally sound D. Notre Dame, yeah, that's their style. Grind it out. Punishing run game, relentless D, make teams wilt late. So that 17-Jew might not show how close it was for like 3 quarters.
Makes sense.
In Missouri, Mallett heating up. Looked like his O-line gave him more time, letting step into throws, hit those deeper routes, unlock their whole passing game. Nuances like that, they show real progress.
It really was a week full of those defining moments. And all that action, naturally, it shook up the individual awards picture.
Let's talk Heisman race. Because we have a new leader. Things got interesting.
Big time. Yeah, new leader, Ramon Grant III, QB, Ohio State. His rise is just meteoric right alongside a team's dominance and his own ridiculous stats. The rest of the top 5 right now. Marquez Dorsey, QB from Miami. Burt Bean, QB, Michigan, Vernon Whitehart, the wide receiver from Pitt, and Neo Judkins, halfback, Florida State. Okay, interesting list. Looking at that top 5, who do you think has maybe the toughest path to stay there? And who's maybe a dark horse who could climb even higher?
Good question. Toughest path. I might say Neo Judkins. Running backs take such a beating, and Florida State still has a tough schedule ahead.
Right.
Dark horse. Keep an eye on Vernon Whitehart at Pitt. It's tougher for receivers, sure, but his big playability. If Pitt keeps winning, he could make a serious case. Those highlight reel TDs get attention. It's not just stats, though. It's leading your team, showing that consistent multi-year potential that translates to the pros. We're seeing future stars emerge right now.
Absolutely. Great insight there.
Yeah.
Okay, beyond the Heisman, let's hit some raw offensive numbers lighting up the league. Passing yards leader, Mallett from Missouri, really finding his groove, 1,566 yards.
Yeah, heating up.
Passing TDs, Lindsley from Iowa leads with 13. Rushing yards, Gideon only missed 423 yards, just chewing up ground. Rushing TDs, Ingles from Western Kentucky, finding Pater, leads with 6.
Impressive start for him.
And receiving yards, Brahms from Colorado, stretching the field, 490 yards. And receiving TDs, back to your dark horse, Vernon Whitehart from Pitt, leading with 8.
Yep, reinforcing that Heisman buzz. Now, defense, some huge performances there, too. That Kansas trio we mentioned, Emory, Locke, Olaseni, real clinic. Emory's got 46 tackles, 6 for loss. Locke, 43 and 6. Olaseni, 39 and 7 TFLs. Their tackling, their discipline, it anchored that win.
It's incredible numbers from that group. But for core up, like one guy just wrecking offensive game plans, it's got to be Rizzo, Ohio State. I mean, 11.5 sacks already and 16 tackles for loss. It's insane. Shows Ohio State's not just about offense.
Oh, absolutely. Rizzo's numbers are staggering. And it's technique, too, not just athleticism. Hand-fighting, relentless motor, reading the O-line. He uses, devastating inside swim move. Just next-level stuff. That's why Ohio State is so dangerous. Complete team. Game changes on both sides.
True.
And interceptions, got to shout out Falk from Miami and Hyde from Oklahoma State, tied with 4 picks each. Real ball hawks reading those routes. Crucial turnovers.
So all these performances, the upsets, the blowouts, what did it do to the top 25 rankings? Because, week 3 caused a shakeup. Copp stayed mostly the same, but below that, lots of movement.
The biggest mover, or should I say faller, was Penn State. Dropped 12 spots, from number 5 down to 17 after losing to Maryland.
Wow, yeah. That's a free fall.
Huge drop. Really makes you question that early hype, doesn't it? Is it a blip or are there real cracks showing?
Good question.
But on the upside, some exciting new teams broke into the top 25. We got Notre Dame, Miami, Texas Tech, and Iowa all in the mix now.
But what's that mean for them? Can these teams, especially the newcomers, keep climbing, make a run for the playoffs? Or is this early success maybe, schedule related?
Well, it's a great point. Getting ranked is a huge boost psychologically, right? More visibility helps recruiting. But the real test starts now. Can they stay consistent against tougher conference schedules?
Right.
For teams like Texas Tech, it validates their progress, shows they're for real in their conference. Iowa, Lindsley leading in TDs, that offense clicking with their usual strong D, that's a winning formula. The whole landscape feels more dynamic now. The playoff race looks wide open early on.
The drama just keeps building. Okay, so top 25 is reset. Picture getting a bit clearer. Week 4 stakes just went way up. Let's look ahead. What are the matchups that could either cement these new rankings or just throw everything into chaos again?
Oh, yeah. Week 4 is loaded. Must-watch games galore. Monday, 6 p.m., number 3 Oklahoma versus number 13 TCU.
Woo, big one.
Huge early conference game. Massive playoff implications right there. Winner gets a real leg up.
And then Wednesday, 8 p.m., another great one. Number 9 Pittsburgh against number 5 NC State.
Yeah, top-tier battle. Big for national perception, conference standings. Pitt wants to show Whitehart can lead them against the best. NC State needs to defend that top 5 spot.
Saturday, 1 p.m., number 2 Ohio State takes on BYU. Buckeyes will be favored, sure, but the pressure's on to keep that number 2 rank, keep looking dominant after Grant's huge week. No slip-ups allowed.
Exactly.
Any stumble is costly now. Also, Thursday, 8 p.m., number 15 Auburn versus Texas A&M. That feels like it could be a real slugfest in the trenches, physical game. Probably comes down to the run game, line control.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And Saturday morning, 8 a.m., number 21 Notre Dame at Duke. Can ND keep climbing after getting ranked, or does Duke play spoiler again?
Always dangerous.
And don't sleep on those opportunity games, Like number 20 North Carolina playing FCS Northwest Friday morning, not just tune-ups. Chance to solidify ranking, refine things, get backups reps. Make a statement, show your depth.
Good point. Those games matter too. Okay, before we wrap this deep dive, there's some big news from the Pro League. Something you, the fans, really need to know about. Yeah, this is exciting stuff for Rivals Nation. The Football Rivals Pro League, they're wrapping up team upgrades for year 2.
Yeah.
And sources are saying it's more than just looks. New playbooks, better player development, even stadium designs.
Yeah.
Things that will change how teams compete.
Interesting.
But here's the kicker, where you come in. There's a huge opportunity, like never before, for fans, to actually take over and manage a Pro League team.
Wow, really?
Seriously, it's all about putting the influence, the power in your hands. Imagine it. Drafting players, setting game plans, making those tough calls in-game, building your team your way. This is your shot to step up, make your mark, write your own legend in the Pro League history books. Fan engagement on a whole new level.
That's a loaded lineup, D fans. Keep it locked to Rivals Radio for all the action. Shout out to Ramon Krant III and Mallet tearing it up.
Just this, Walla Week 4 is going to be epic, so get your popcorn ready. Catch us next time for the highlights. And maybe chew on this. How are these early upsets and star turns really going to shape destiny this season? Will these Heisman frontrunners go all the way, or will new contenders emerge down the stretch?
Peace out, Rivals Nation. For D, I'm Wally, and this has been Rivals Radio.
It's Rivals Radio.